And we are back. We are back. Bigger, better than ever. Liverpool leave it late. They never do it the easy way. But that's why we love this football club. You, me, and everyone else watching. If you're a rival fan, cry some more tears. But guys, Liverpool have beaten Bournemouth on the opening day of the season by 4-2. It wasn't the easiest and most ruthless Liverpool performance I've ever seen in my life, but it was certainly something that needed to be done. And when games like this approach you, the season's coming to like a start, you feel the buzz, and then kickoff happens, you get into it, and it's not what you want. Sometimes it's not exactly what you think it'd be, especially when you sign, 300, 400 million pound worth of talent. But we'll get into all of that. But before we do that, guys, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot. It does help out a lot. And I can't do without you guys. But let's get into it, because I think this is a game which I never thought would be like this difficult. Although I respect Bournemouth as a football club and respect everything they've done in the Premier League, the players they've sold, the players they've been able to bring in, the manager they have, the football they play. I thought this would be kind of a formality for Liverpool, and it kind of did turn out to be that way in terms of the result, but the performance-wise, it certainly wasn't the case at all. There's a lot of concerns for me going into the next couple of weeks that we can still address, with the transfer market still active for the next, 19 days or whatever it is. Not 19 days, it's the 15, 2 weeks now. We're down to even like 16, 15 days. But the relevant point I'm trying to make to you guys is that Liverpool still need to do work. 400 million worth of players hasn't been enough. And that's not because the players aren't good. The players are very, very good that Liverpool brought in. We also let a lot of players go. Nunez, Diaz, Kwanzaa, Elliott's on the market as well. I'm sure Tyler Morton's left the club as well. Ben Doak's obviously going to who's he going to? He's Brentford. Sorry. Brentford? Yeah, Brentford. He's going to Brentford. Is he going to Brentford? Am I being stupid? Bro, am I being dumb? Like, where's the club that Ben Doak's going to? Am I an idiot? Am I actually an idiot? I'm actually being an idiot. I'm sure it's Brentford. Bournemouth. He's going to Bournemouth. But besides the point, Liverpool have let a lot of talent disappear from their squad. Players that might not have been utilized, the likes of Doak probably wouldn't have been utilized this season. But the point is, you need bodies, you need a squad. And the bench that Liverpool put out today was not the greatest. And if I can get the lineup for you up now, I will do exactly that. Because for me, Liverpool are in a position of strength. They are in a position which, they are going to build on a Premier League title. They already have that basis down for them. So it's not really about what Liverpool have, it's what they need to add to this team, because I think what they have is pretty good, and we're going to get into all those players that, are quite impressive in the game, and, the 11, etc., what Arne Slot put out, and there's still new signings coming with the announcement of Giovanni Leone today after his move from Parma. But yeah, the lineup is here, so I'm going to bring it up for you guys now. It's a pretty strong lineup, and I think the graphic, whoever made this graphic, is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's have a look here, mate. So we got up here Alisson, Van Dijk. Okay, first things first, before I get into the lineup, I really don't like the way they do this lineup, where they have the players by position, players by number rather than position. You got Alisson, Van Dijk, Kanate, Kerkez, Vert, Szoboszlai. But I'm going to say it in the order of the 11. So Alisson, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Kanate, Kerkez, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Vert, Gakpo, Salah, and Hugo Ekitike. And you got the bench of Mohamed Ashredi, who obviously we did see, Gomez, Endo, Chiesa, Jones, Elliott, Robertson, Naoni, and Rio Ngamoa. Now, it's probably Liverpool's best 11, bar Ryan Gravenberch, I think, in terms of everyone's available. Maybe you can argue Conor Bradley as well if you're a Bradley enthusiast, which I'm sure a lot of Liverpool fans are. But this is probably Liverpool's strongest team from what we have available in terms of the players that are at the club. Isak could be in this team, I'm sure, very soon, and a midfielder, a new centre-back, Mark Guehi, whoever it is, could be in this team, but that's another conversation for another day. Point is, this is the best Liverpool team available, and I think this team has many pros and many cons. I think we're going to break it down into two. Let's start with the bad. I think the bad is we should get out of the way, because there's quite a bit to talk about. In my opinion, I think this team lacks, a solid, hard, tough tackling midfield player. Now, McAllister was doing that job quite well, I'll be honest. Like, McAllister was impressing me. It was reminding me of a lot of what Fabinho was doing for Liverpool for many years, but just a bit more technical quality that McAllister obviously has. A lack of legs is what some people say. We're not even going to get into that. But a lot of nonsense has been spouted about McAllister online over the last year or so, which I've taken hate for as well on screens and platforms, which I'm no longer on. But the point I'm trying to make to you is Maka is so crucial to this Liverpool midfield. He is incredible on the ball. In possession, he's fantastic. Out of possession, I think he can do some work that needs to be, added to his game. But I think he was quite phenomenal today in terms of sweeping up, winning the ball back. And I think he's really good at that, McAllister. I think he doesn't get the credit for that. And I think that's where you have to look at the team and what we have, because I think McAllister alongside a real destroyer can really excel in his technical quality and not worry about doing the defensive side as much as he has been needed to do, especially in that midfield of Szoboszlai, who does a lot of running. But Szoboszlai is more of a box to box. He does a lot of dirty work kind of midfielder. They both do similar things, but in different ways. The best way I can put it. McAllister is more of a tough tackler. Szoboszlai does that in a high press, and he's a runner, and he goes everywhere on the pitch, and he's that kind of like Jordan Henderson type of player that we have, but just he has a bit more quality in the final third. And I think that's what separates Szoboszlai from, Hendo. But I think this profile in terms of what he does for Liverpool's midfield, the engine is what you can call Szoboszlai. I think it's pretty accurate. But this midfield lacks somebody that can really put his foot down and be like, yeah, this is what we need to do. And I think what Fabinho had, I think Baleba offers that. I think that's what Liverpool are looking for. Caicedo. And they have Endo, but is he to the level? I think he is a good player, but maybe to the level that Liverpool want to win the title to be a starting player. I don't think he's there. But you look at Bournemouth's goals, they both came from, cheap giveaways from Liverpool in transition. And I think in transition is where Liverpool are going to get caught out a lot this season. And that's why I think they need to be more solid in the midfield, because the midfield is where you win and lose games. And I think in possession, Liverpool's midfielders are pretty good. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, and Wirtz as well, who I didn't think had the greatest game, but I'm sure that will come. That will come with time, because Bournemouth were causing Liverpool a huge threat. And I also, before I get on to anything Bournemouth related, I also want to say I'm so sorry to Antoine Semenyo to having witnessed any racist abuse from a Liverpool supporter in the stands today. That is an absolute disgrace, and that Liverpool fan does not represent the views of all of us. And we are supporting you. We are with you, Semenyo. Racism has no place in football, no place anywhere. But specifically, we're talking in the context of football. It doesn't have any space in the game, and it should disappear. And look, I don't think you can ever get rid of it, because there's always going to be some idiot or someone saying something that's going to be against the grain or something that's going to be wrong morally. But I think a lot of campaigns have been put out, BLM, no room for racism, but it has worked generally, because I think the lack of, the racism, level has dropped massively in terms of, especially at football games. But that one idiot fan, I hope he gets banned for life, and he doesn't represent Liverpool fans. And I'm sure I speak for everyone. We can only apologise to you, Semenyo, and I hope it hasn't affected you as much, because you are a great player, and he showed it with his performance today, guys. Semenyo was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, direct, quick, clinical. Everything you want in a forward, versatile. He's got everything, right, left, up front. He can do it all. And he scored 2 great goals, by the way. The second one was a brilliant goal. The first one was a brilliant cross for David Brooks, and Alisson got a touch on it, but it's just knowing where to be. He ran away from Robertson, and that's what players do. They make the out to in run, and we've seen Salah do it year in, year out. And Semenyo is doing that for Bournemouth, and I'm sure he's going to get his move to a more of a giant club in the Premier League. No disrespect, of course, to Bournemouth, but they have lost a lot of players this summer because of their size, and look to Real Madrid and Liverpool and Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain and Zabani, and I'm sure there's Semenyo, Cliver are going to be on that list very, very soon. Truffat, I think, is a phenomenal left back, brilliant fullback, by the way. But yeah, I think Bournemouth are pretty good. I think they've got a really good coach. I think that's why they're able to play this way. They're tactically very, very good. They press really high. They're not afraid to take risks. They play football, and they play it well. And even with all the players they've sold this summer, they always seem to be able to, just always give the big boys a bit of a problem. They gave it to us last season as well in that 2-0 win at the Vitality. Bournemouth were very, very good in that game. I thought they were probably better with the 90 than Liverpool. They beat Man City last year. They beat Manchester United. They beat Newcastle. They gave Arsenal a scare as well. I'm not sure if they beat Arsenal at the Emirates. I think they did 2-1. It might have been 2-2, but from what I remember, it was 2-1. Huijsen and off the corner, I remember, because I watched that game. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is they gave the big boys quite a scare, and they did it to Liverpool today as well. After going 2-0 down, showed great character with the 2 goals from Semenyo. But that was the bad about Liverpool. Let's get on to the good. And first things first, I know I've still got the lineup on my screen, but Hugo Ekitike, he was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I can't describe to you how good it feels to have a centre forward that can link play, a centre forward that's dangerous in the box, clinical, and a player that can, be like involved in the game. Which, look, I don't want to disrespect Darwin Núñez and, rest in peace Diogo Jota. And I'm sure, look, now we're on the subject of Jota, I want to say the tributes to him have been phenomenal. And, we still remember him as Liverpool fans. We're never going to forget him. And we saw the pictures of Mo Salah at the end. If you watched the game, he was really upset hearing the Liverpool fans chant Diogo Jota's name. He is missed. He's missed. And even Hugo Ekitike, if you watch Sky Sports interview that he put out with Genev and Carragher, he said, I'm happy for the win, but I'm even happier to win it for Diogo. And that's touching for a guy that's probably never met Diogo Jota in his life, and a guy who's never shared a dressing room with Diogo Jota, but it just shows the impact that this player has left on the Liverpool dressing room. But the tributes were really, really good. I thought the program was really good. The kind of the mosaic that Liverpool put out was really good for him and his brother. And again, it's just very emotional. I saw all the celebrations from Ekitike, from Gakpo, from Salah, all Diogo Jota related, and that was just kind of beautiful to see. So that will never disappear. The love for Diogo Jota will never disappear. But look, Hugo Ekitike was brilliant, and I'm not to say Jota and Núñez didn't possess what Ekitike has, but to the level that I'm seeing now, we can link play, finish, involved in the game, dangerous, quick, strong, agile. He's got it all, Hugo Ekitike. And I know there's been noise about Alexander Isak, and we still need Alexander Isak in terms of an option to play, because Liverpool did lose 2 strikers in the summer, and they also lose Diaz, and Chiesa could be the next one out. You need numbers to win a squad. To win a squad? No. Sorry. You need a squad to win games. You need a squad to win matches, and Hugo Ekitike is a part of this squad, and he looks to be a starter in this squad because he was phenomenal. You can't drop him. His goal against Palace, his goal today, his link-up play is brilliant, and he likens himself to Karim Benzema. That's his idol, and he's so similar. The way he drops in, he reminds me of Bobby Firmino as well, a bit of Bobby Firmino. But Benzema, he's quick, strong, can link play, he's got flick, he's decent on the ball, he's very, very agile, he can get in behind. He's got it all as a centre forward, Hugo Ekitike, and he's going to be a great, great player for Liverpool. That's not a dispute. You can just look at his profile and know it's going to work. And he scored 2 in 2 now in terms of games for Liverpool, official games, Community Shield, and now whether you think Community Shield is an official game or not, I think it is classified as one. But first league start, first goal and assist as well to Gakpo, and second, in the Community Shield, he got a goal against Palace, and he was quite impressive. Gakpo again, inevitable, always seems to get a goal at Anfield, whether he's in the game or not. He always steps up, and that's what people didn't understand. All those people that were saying that, this guy's not good enough, he needs to be dropped, he can't win you the title, he can't win you the league, he can't contribute, whatever. It's absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Or my left winger scoring goals, so I'm supposed to get rid of him. It's a bit of a weird analogy. He's very consistent as well, by the way, Cody Gakpo, as soon as he's been playing in that wing position. And again, scoring at Anfield, it hasn't changed. Against United last season, equaliser. Against Man City, the opener. Real Madrid, the second goal to give Liverpool the cushion in the game. Equaliser against Brentford and Fulham. He is clutch, Cody Gakpo. He steps up when you need him. And again, when Liverpool needed him to get that cushion in the game, guess who stepped up? Cody Gakpo. Brilliant finish. Bottom corner. When he cut inside, I knew it was going in. Just, when Salah and Gakpo cut in on the left and right, it's cash money. It's going in because their ball striking is phenomenal. And the accuracy that Gakpo has on his shots, second to none. The best ball striker at this football club by a mile. It's not even close. Chiesa, the winner, the match winner. Brilliant. He needs more games, Chiesa. He does need more games. And I'm all for him making impacts off the bench. I'm all for it. But utilize him. He's a good player. Regardless of how much football he's played in the last couple of years. He's a good player, Chiesa. He can offer you something different. He's direct. He likes to take players on. And he's got a good shot on him. Look at the goal he scored. In the box. Predatory. Knows where to be. waiting for the ball to land, volley, his first Premier League goal for Liverpool. Points to the bad. Nice, like, he loves this football club. He just wants to play games. Arnie, you have to use him because even in the cup final, he came on. He's the only guy, the only attacker that showed some sort of fight and scored in the game as well. Now, you can't expect a guy to score every week. It's impossible. He's not Messi or Ronaldo. But whenever I've watched Chiesa play, he's contributed with something or he's done something. I'm like, this guy's moved me. And he cost us 12 mil. I think he could be a vital member of the squad if he just is utilized a bit more by Arne Slot. And I think that's the only criticism I give to Slot. His treatment of Chiesa, I didn't really agree with. I think, yeah, he might not have been a Slot signing, but none of these players that in Liverpool squad last year were Slot signings, but he utilized them fine. So what's different with Federico Chiesa? He's a good player. I think this season, if he stays at Liverpool, I think we're going to see a lot more of Chiesa. Maybe centrally, maybe out wide, maybe on the left. But I think we're going to see a lot more of Chiesa, and I think we need to see more of him because I think he offers you something different that Liverpool lack in the wide areas at the moment. Directness, quickness. Salah's lost his pace. Gakpo is more of a cut inside guy. Chiesa can go on the outside and the inside. Just needs a run of games, and I'm sure he'll get it at Liverpool Football Club, and I hope so because you add Isak, you got Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, Federico Chiesa. That's 5 very, very good attackers to have. Options, Verts as well, you can throw in that as well. And you got Rio and Gamora coming through as well, and Will Wright signed from Salford City. So there's a lot of players Liverpool can utilize in these positions. It's just about finding the balance. But all in all, capped off again by a brilliant performance from the King himself. Brilliant goal. He always seems to turn up on the opening days. I think he scored 7 out of 9 or 8 out of 9. Let's go. He scored against Watford, scored against West Ham, scored against Norwich. That's 1920. Scored against Leeds a hat-trick 2021. Scored against Norwich 21-22. 22-23 Liverpool played on the opening day. Who did Liverpool play opening day 22-23? I actually forgot. My mind's gone blank. 22-23 Liverpool opening day of the season. Who the hell did they play? 23-24, I remember they played Chelsea. 24-25, Salah scored against Ipswich. He didn't score against Chelsea. The year before, who did Liverpool play 2023? Who did they play? It's going to really piss me off if I don't remember this because I should remember this. I really should. I should know this, but we're gonna educate ourselves again because I really forgot. I actually forgot. Fulham, yes, Nunes debut. He also scored in that game, so he scored in every single opening day bar Chelsea away. It's pretty good. It's pretty good if you ask me. But regardless, I think he scored or assisted in every single opening day game at Liverpool. He's been in 9 years, 9 season wonder. Clap for him. But look, all the attackers scored. I'm very, very happy. Gakpo, Ekitike, Chiesa, Salah. But one thing is certain, guys, we can't keep doing 4-2s because Arsenal and Man City are not going to let us score 4 goals against them. They're going to score a lot more if we keep playing like that, especially in transition where we seem to have some sort of problems. And I understand why we'd have that problem. We've got so many attacking players, Kirkes bombing up and down. Robertson, they're like Robertson, sorry, not Robertson, but Robertson's used to that. Kirkes bombing up and down the left. Now you got Frimpong doing on the right. So so many attacking options. You got Verts in there now. McAllister and Szoboszlai, not pivot players per se. They're more attack-minded. McAllister can play a deeper role, but he wants to be edge of the box, in the box. So does Szoboszlai. You got Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike. This just attack. And you've only got Van Dijk and Kanate really defensively in that team. So I think Liverpool need to address that. Obviously, Giovanni Leone is an option. They need another midfielder, I think, as well, somewhere, somehow. Baleba, Wharton, these are options. I would personally go for Baleba because that's how I think works when you want to play Baleba in that 6th row. It gives you that right-hand side free because Baleba covers space very, very well. He's a kind of a midfield tank, so we want Frimpong bombing up and down. Baleba fills in, and defensively he's quite strong. That works. With Szoboszlai, it works, but Szoboszlai's not as good as defensively. McAllister's the same, but I think you need somebody kind of really robust in there. And I think Carlos Baleba excels in the technical quality and in the dirty side of the game. But I guess we'll see. But all in all, guys, 19 minutes. Liverpool were poor, but they got the job done. I'm sure this will improve because I didn't think we were great in pre-season. But improvements need to happen fast because you can't keep doing these 4-2s. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are Liverpool still your title favourites? I don't know. I said yes, but I'm going to back my team this year. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're not far from 700 subs. Can only do it with you guys. Take care, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon.